All right, so I finally got to watch the Melly Mel on Vlad TV, right? I finally got to watch Melly Mel on Vlad TV. Um, that shit was disturbing. It was it was disgusting. Um, it didn't. It was disturbing. It was disgusting. It didn't sit right, and it made me feel it made me feel more proud of the way that I maneuver with my kids, with my children, and my queen, and my family, and just with people in general. It make me more. It confirms that I'm doing something right. You feel me? So I'm watching it, and I'm listening to Melly Mel. He's talking about the African Bambaataa situation, about African Bambaataa molesting young boys, or it could be just children in general, but molesting young boys, right? Taking them under his wing, manipulating them because a child brain is not developed yet, so they can be easily manipulated by an adult with 20, 30, 40 plus years experience, right? So that's what's happening. And Melly Mel is saying Africa Bambaataa has been, he didn't say this verbatim, but he's basically saying African Bambaataa has been doing this, and people knew. He said it was like hip hop's best kept secret. That's sick for him to say that. Hip hop's best kept secret. Those the kind of secrets that we keep. Those are the secrets that should be best kept. So he's calling it hip hop's best kept secret. He's saying that everyone knew. Anybody who had any dealings, or maybe who even didn't have any dealings, but he's saying the industry knew, people knew. It wasn't nothing that was hidden. It was just hidden from the public, but the people in the industry knew, according to African Bambaataa. He didn't say who, how many, or what, but that's the scary part. Because I can only think of, well, damn, who knew? And if I was to get into the industry today, would I be around these people who knew that a grown ass man was molesting and taking advantage of young boys? Would I be around that person unconsciously and not know it? If I get into the industry today, or if anyone gets into the industry today, those are the kind of questions that we got to ask ourselves, because that really didn't sit right with me. How can you, what gives you the audacity, or what makes you feel like speaking up? What makes you feel like African Bambaataa should be allowed to control a young boy's fate? In explicit, exploited, sexual, just sick manners. Like, what makes you think that that's okay and that you shouldn't speak up on that? I don't know, like, what makes people think that, but I do know what I think makes people think that. That money, not wanting to lose them positions. See, this is what we gotta understand. If you going into the industry broke and you're just trying to get some money, you're going to do what they say. You're gonna not say anything about the things that you don't agree with about what they do. One or the other. So if you gonna go into this industry, go into it with a clear mind and knowledge of self, and knowing who you are, knowing what you gonna stand on and what you won't stand on, knowing what you gonna tolerate and what you won't tolerate. Because to some people, the check, sustaining whatever lifestyle that they done already created for themselves, being afraid to going back to be broke, and just a bunch of other numerous things, people allow that to be the reason why they don't speak up, or it's their business, or just whatever, man. Like, fuck that. Fuck that. These is kids we talking about. They brain is not developed. They can't conceptualize getting private parts put in them. They can't conceptualize that shit. They don't know what that is. But yet we got adults who engage in these behaviors with children, and then leave the children to process their behavior on their own in a fucked up way that cause kids to go insane because they don't understand what the fuck is wrong with them and why they feel the way that they feel. And we got these grown ass niggas, grown ass people, grown ass human beings not being held accountable. And we gotta hold these people accountable however it need to happen. Because yeah, granted, African Bambaataa probably did get raped or molested or whatever as a child. Granted, that may have happened, which may contribute to whatever, but that don't mean that shit don't get addressed. That don't mean that you just don't say nothing and just keep shit in the light. I mean, in the dark, and keep it a secret. That's not what that means. No matter what has happened to anyone in the past, that doesn't mean don't say nothing and keep it on the low. That ain't what that means. These is kids. And you're attacking a child before they can develop who they are, understand. They don't even understand their sexuality, and they're being sexualized. They don't understand what sex is, and they being sexualized. They being touched. They being manipulated in sexual manners for who knows what. So, this really needs to be the narrative. We can no longer make our child feel like they can't speak up in the home. We have to make them feel comfortable so they can express whatever it is that they need to express that's uncomfortable to them, that they feel is disrespectful to their body and to their self. We have to make them feel comfortable expressing themselves in these ways, so hopefully things like this won't get that far. But also, we can't be dropping our kids off everywhere. We can't be leaving them everywhere, going with everybody, going places, because nobody gonna watch your child like how you gonna watch your child. Nobody gonna watch my kids like how I'm gonna watch mine. And that's just the breaks. So, and also, like, what tripped me out is, like, I ain't seen no platforms outside of Vlad bring this shit to attention. Seti Nash bring this shit to attention. I seen Seti Nash, but I ain't seen nobody else. And I could be wrong, because I ain't went to go look. But, goddamn, this T.I. shit is motherfucking headlines. And I ain't seen shit about, Melly Mel saying that everybody knew. No, because then that's going to bring a bunch of people that's going to have to be held accountable. I ain't seen nothing about this Melly Mel shit that he said on Vlad. It was a secret. It was hip hop's best kept secret. No coverage on that. They on T.I.'s ass. They on Nick Cannon's ass. They on everybody's ass. They ain't said nothing about Melly Mel though. Melly Mel or Melly Mel's interview basically saying that like people condone this. People knew. Nobody said nothing. Nobody spoke out. So yeah. We need to speak out. Shout out to Seti Nash for tapping in on the subject. For real. Yes. The kids are the future, man. We gotta protect them. We have to protect them. We gotta protect their mind, body, soul. Mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. We gotta protect them. We can't allow them to be tampered with and tarnished by selfish, sick adults who've been tarnished and tampered with, and now the only thing that they know is to do the same thing to someone else because they're suffering from a sickness. They need help. So stand on what you say, man, and only say what you can stand on. Follow me on IG. Like, share, comment, subscribe, man.